Hey everybody, Respawn Gentleman here, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you everything you need to know to get started with settlements in No Man's Sky. So the first thing you want to know about settlements is how to actually find one. So in order to do that, just go to any space station and talk to the cartographer. This way you can purchase a map from them, and it will tell you, where a settlement is. Um, the difference between the settlement chart versus the other charts is that this actually costs 5 navigational data, whereas the other ones only cost 1. So if you need help finding navigational data, you can find them in the damaged machinery or on space stations or in just about any building. You'll most likely be able to find a ton of this stuff just by looking around for it. But let's go ahead and buy one right now. And I'm going to go to a new system because I already have a settlement in the system, and I'm going to explain that here in just a little bit as well. All right, so here we are in a new system, and the reason we went to a new system is because you can only own one settlement at a time. If you try to own multiple, it'll make you leave the overseer position at the other one. So you can only have one settlement, period. Which is a bit unfortunate. I think it would have been great if they added it to where you could have multiple settlements across multiple systems. I think that would have been amazing, but currently in the game, you only have one settlement. But let's go ahead and plot a route and find the one in this system. All right, so here we are at the settlement that we found. The first thing you want to do as soon as you get to a settlement that you want is just go straight to the middle over to this settlement hub interface. Once you interact with that, it'll tell you a bit of information about it. Like this is a Class C settlement. It tells you the population, happiness, all this good information. And also down here, which you can kind of see behind my head, um, how much it costs, and it's usually 3 of whatever race's specific items. Like for Korvax, it's usually 3 Korvax convergence cubes. If it's Vy'keen, it's 3 Vy'keen daggers, and if it's Gek, it's usually 3 Gek nip. So you're gonna want to have that stuff if this is what you want. And if you don't like the look of the stats, you can always just not manage this particular outpost. But let's go ahead and grab this one so I can show you, what it looks like to actually start. So this is the warning that I was telling you about before. It says, becoming overseer of this settlement will renounce your status as overseer of, whatever other settlement that you have. Are you sure you wish to continue? Yes, claim settlement. So that right there is, like I said, you only get one settlement, which is very unfortunate. I wish that they will fix that in the future, but who knows? We'll see. So once you have your settlement claimed, the next thing will actually be to build your overseer's office. And so far, they're all the same. You start off with needing 210 silicate powder, and the next step is usually 5 metal plating. And the final one is always 3 microprocessors. And there we go. There's my overseer's office. So let's head inside and kind of show you what you can do. So right here is your administration terminal. When you activate it, this will let you know if there's any decisions that need to be made, whether it's a dispute going on, if there's a visitor that you need to talk to, whether the settlers want to do something or not. All of that information happens right here. Unfortunately, there's no timer on it. It just kind of goes off whenever and lets you know that, hey, you have a notification and you need to go check it out. I wish there was a way to make it happen faster, or some kind of timer on it, but unfortunately from my testing there's not. But from here also you can check your settlement status, see everything. One thing to note right down here is you actually see your current amount of debt. So right now this particular settlement's in like 71,000 units in debt. The biggest thing to note here is that you can't start producing units until the debt is cleared. Unfortunately, there's no way to clear the debt using your own units. You have to reduce the debt by constructing buildings and, talking to people with solving disputes and all that good stuff. That you have to do that, which is unfortunate that there's no way to undo the debt until a mission pops up, which at this time I've the first settlement that I went to, I had like 5 missions pop up like in a row, and then since then I haven't had a single settlement pop up with another mission at all. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's just everybody's chill and there's nothing going on. Who knows? But that's kind of the gist of what is able to be done once you're at a settlement. A couple other things: you cannot build a base at settlements. I tried that settlement counts as a base. So if you try to put a base computer down, it will not let you. And as far as building other structures, the only way to build other structures is actually through the administration terminal whenever a decision thing needs to be popped up. Other than that, there's no way to add more things to your settlement, which is a bit unfortunate. That you can find these settlements and then you just kind of let them sit until they need you to do something. So even though this is a great addition to the game, I feel like there's a lot of things that they could have done to make it a little bit better. Just little things like that, like, being able to build your own structures or, have some kind of timer where things happen. But right now, as it is, you're just going to have to either talk to the citizens, which is not super helpful because if you don't have any of the language learned, you don't know any of the words they're saying. And so talking to them doesn't necessarily help. The other thing you can do to try to move it along is just go about other missions. Go to the Nexus, do some Nexus missions. Um, anything else you want to do out in the universe. You can always warp back to your settlement from any space station. Even though there's not a teleport pad here, you can always come back here. So no matter where you go, you can always get back to your settlement. So as I was heading back to the space station, I actually got a notification that there was a construction opportunity at my settlement. So here at the administration terminal, you can see it says view construction opportunity. When you check that, it gives you a little bit of information about what it is you're trying to decide on. This one says citizens have petitioned with renderings for the development of a new commercial exchange. Data indicates a 97% approval for new construction. So that means that the majority of your settlers want this to happen. You can deny it and make everybody mad, but the other thing to note is that each choice shows you kind of what happens. So if I deny it, nothing changes, and that's not super great. So if I approve it, it says begins construction of commercial exchange, and it increases productivity by 31,211. So I want to do that. So let's go ahead and get that increased here. And whenever you do this, there will be a new construction site opened up, which is right over here. And just like with the administrative building, you have to use your resources or resources that you find in order to upgrade or finish building the building that you're constructing. So this one, very similar, 340 silicate powder. And then this one, these now different buildings change different times. There was one time where I had a building that cost like, I don't know, like 350 magnetized ferrite 3 times. So the overseer's office is the only one that stays constant. The other buildings can kind of change into different materials. So this one is 210 carbon. So real quick, I wanted to show you a kind of a before and after. So this is before I finished constructing the building. You can see kind of where everything's at. Now let's go finish the building. I can show you what it looks like after that building is finished. So this one right here, it says it's going to take 2 quantum computers. So I think the idea behind this is that it's going to take you a little bit of time to go find the materials in order to finish constructing these towers and different buildings. It's not something that's going to be easily accessible to everybody. Like as soon as you find a settlement, you'll have to kind of go look for these materials, go to space stations or craft the stuff yourself, something like that. So here's the new building. Now let's go and check the interior here so you can see it's kind of got an open layout. You can kind of see everything. Everything is different. All the buildings look different on the inside, which is one thing I do really like a lot. But let's go over and check and see what the status of the settlement is now. As you can see, it went from a Class C to a Class B settlement, which is really great because that means that anytime that you do an opportunity, especially one that benefits your settlement, you have a chance of it actually increasing in class. You can probably get this all the way up to S class, but that's probably going to involve lowering certain things and raising other things. It's kind of, you'll have to manage those as those opportunities come in. So that's going to be everything that you need to know about settlements in the No Man's Sky Frontiers update. If you enjoyed this video, click that like button and subscribe for more No Man's Sky content. And why not check out some of my other videos like this one over here that YouTube recommends, or maybe this one up here. It's a real good one. You should check it out. Thanks for watching.